HPT-Poker.com. Yeah, great value, awesome value. A lot of people get in for that $360 amount. They get into these. We get a couple hundred people in there. We take 40. That's how we.
Oh wow! Yeah, it's a big chunk.
It's a big chunk.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's at the beginning of the series.
Yeah, beginning of the series. It runs. You know, every property is different. So I always tell people check the webpage at HPTpoker.com. It has all the information on that. There are some people that just play the qualifiers and they just pop them off. They play them, they pop them off, play them.
Yeah, they're good value, and just because if you win more than one, you don't have to.
Well, you may not even play the main event. You can just.
Oh, it's not a direct entry?
No,
that's great.
No, they're transferable.
That's great. Yeah.
Certain states, I believe Colorado has different rules for that, but. You know, you saw these 16.
Is that an Iowa thing to say Addo like that? Colorado?
Is that what I said? Colorado. Yeah. I say a few
Minnesota.
I have a few Minnesota things. Colorado things. Hang out with me long enough, you'll hear them all.
I haven't really heard an accent there from you except for that.
No,
Colorado, you sound pretty neutral.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually witness protection. I'm actually from South Jersey, and I ended up.
Hey, forget about it. Hey.
7 1/2 here on the river. Action now to Matt.
That was kind of Boston right there.
Yeah, I know.
7 1/2. All right, so we're on the turn right now, I think.
Oh, we're on the river.
We're on the river?
I'm 99% sure.
Matt does have a river face on.
Yeah, that's a river face. Check. Oh. Ace high. They both have ace high.
Same hand.
That's ace 4. Chop.
Chop pot.
That's typically what happens with the ace and a small. What did the other guy have?
I don't know why Corey didn't fire that river.
Yeah.
Man, I mean.
You said it. I should have bet the river.
Yeah.
Instead he's chopping up the pot.
That's kind of like the idea when someone takes a while before they check. When it's their decision, they're like, okay, if I act like I have something, maybe it'll slow him down. And then the whole time that Matt is sitting there thinking, I guess Corey's like, okay, I'm just going to check behind. And he's like leveling himself because he's taking forever. Now, imagine if Matt would have just quick checked the turn or you know, just quick check the river, I think Corey would have fired. But when you slow the game down, it makes your opponent think about stuff and kind of maybe make them not play their best, or you can kind of influence what you want them to do by your actions. And that's kind of what Matt did right there, which that's what happens when most people try to tank check, is they want to get a cheap showdown.
Right.
Please don't bet. Or earlier, remember whenever played their hand, he kind of did that.
Yeah.
Oh, please just check behind.
Yeah, exactly.
But Steve is now the short stack again, it looks like, right?
I think so, yeah.
It's all right, he's been there before.
Yeah, he has been there before. He's got the hoodie off now. Nope, hoodie back on.
Yep.
It was off for a minute. Nope, gotta go back to this. Maybe he's cold in there.
It was kind of nippy. Yeah. I was in the front row for a little bit, and it was cold.
Did you get one of the hot dogs? 10-cent hot dogs?
I was going for the beers.
Yeah.
I ended up going to Panero because I was hungry.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it was awesome. All right, button open.
200,000. Fold.
Snap fold. What do they snap fold?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's good for us, I guess, because it makes you go faster. I don't like the snap folding. Every now and then it's okay, because then it's obvious you have a bad hand there. But to do it, I mean, just
yeah, time and time again.
Yeah, time again. It's like making it easy for them. You're not putting them through any kind of sweat.
Could you sit in the audience and watch poker for 9 hours?
I mean, I was sitting there earlier. I was having a hard time. I'm too ADD.
Me too, man.
I mean, I'm sitting here. We're talking.
I know.
We're obviously getting off base and talking a little bit about other stuff here and there. But really, no, I can't sit in the audience for that long. Even when I was there, I kept moving around. I was going from this side to this side. Just like going to talk down there, and Clinton just.
All right, so Corey T wins the hand.
Steve's not. I wish we.
Can we get a cup scored? Is it over? 8-4, wow. Didn't expect St. Louis would score 4 runs, to be honest with you.
Pretty much all Arias given up the whole like half the
Chicago might be crazy next week, huh? If the Cubs are like, 'cause this is a big deal, right? The Cubs haven't been in the playoffs in a minute. Wow. I found out Hammond is #1 murder capital of the country.
Yeah, I knew that. Gary.
I didn't know
that.
Yeah,
Gary is, yeah.
Is that why you were laughing when you said, oh, you're going to Hammond?
No, I spent a lot of time there, and I've been okay. No worries.
Should I get a taser?
No, just lock your door at night, and then I put the chair up against the door.
Okay. Defense? Again, quick defense.
Yeah. Look at these chips. What does that
See
mean when
Steve
you
make that face? I wonder if he was like thinking about playing the hand. He's like, oh man, I should have.
Look at this flop, 765. Who was the raiser here?
I think he opened from the small blind.
Okay,
Steve was the button.
So that probably didn't.
Yeah.
It probably didn't hit his hand.
No, I think it did.
You think it did?
Yeah, I think it did. I feel like that's why he's checking. Otherwise, you're going to take the lead and continue to try to take it down pre.
I think that hit his hand. I don't think the flop hit him. I think the queen hit his hand.
All right.
We'll find out.
We will see. Well, maybe we won't see.
We probably won't
We
see.
probably
I mean,
won't
let's
see.
be honest. We're not going to see it. Okay. So I'll just say I'm right. It's only,
Okay,
it's only,
all
it's
right.
only fair.
You got this one.
Okay.
That was right last time.
Thank you.
So he has queen jack here, guys.
Right, yeah. Now he's betting. Trying to make sense of this story here. Checks the flop.
Yeah, I do feel like he hit something on the flop.
Yeah.
I really do. Granted, he could have hit the queen, but... Ooh.
He's talking to himself. It's never a good sign when you're talking to yourself. He shows
a deuce.
Why are we showing that?
Was that a deuce or an ace?
That's a deuce.
I think he just feels, I think he maybe said that, okay, I'll show a card every hand, so he has to kind of keep up with that.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of joking around.
Matt looks like he's getting a little confidence back now. Three-handed, he's won a couple pots now, making a little headway. Steve's just chilling. Steve's hoping that they play a big pot. I think that's why he's not opening the button or like open ripping really right now. I think he's gonna, when he gets it in, he's gonna actually have a hand. He's not gonna be ever getting out of line with like a king 8 or making a move or something.
No, he didn't come this far to do something like that.
He definitely didn't. Granted, it's gonna get to a point though if he continues like this. If say the blinds were 2 levels later from now, and it's like kind of same situation, you know, and he was the short stack and Matt was second, and Corey had all the chips. He's gonna have to be opening up his range a little bit, or a fair amount actually, not just a little bit. Like king 9, 12 big blinds could be getting it in there, just ripping it, especially small blind versus big blind.
Right.
It's so effective. Not to mention, they don't want to double you up, so you can even be getting hands like king 10 to even fold. Like hands that have you beat, ace 4, hands that have you beat could potentially be folding because they don't want to double you up.
So Robert Williamson was going to come back and do some more broadcasting, but he just texted me and he inadvertently got into a PLO game on the property.
It happens, huh?
It happens, especially with Mr. Omaha. I mean, of course we're going to get involved in a game. So he's
obviously the game isn't going anywhere, so maybe he lost a big pot and now he doesn't want to leave.
That's just
Is that what it is? He's like,
well, I mean, I'm guessing that's what it is. Yeah, he's like, if you're okay, after you leave, we got Mike coming back up from the property to talk to us.
Yeah, I got a couple more minutes here.
Sure.
Yep. We'll go over a couple more hands.
Then you're off to the movies.
No date.
No date.
Solo movie trip.
Popcorn and a soda, I'm guessing.
I'm not a big popcorn guy because then the rest of the movie I'm like picking out of my teeth.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like, eh. But I like Sour Patch Kids.
Oh,
that's my thing. Or I usually smuggle a bag of like.
I always smuggle stuff.
Smuggle stuff.
You have to, man.
Have you had the brownie brittle? Like
no.
Oh, brownie brittle. It's
I'll
so good. It's so good. It's like you usually find it at any gas station. Really, it comes like in a little bag, and it's like little mini brownies, but they're like brownie chips kind of with the chocolate.
Wow.
It's amazing. But yeah, that's my go-to.
10-6 tray, 2 diamonds. No, if there's any pretty girls in the theater, you got to stay away from them.
I know. Well, now, I mean, technically, I could have like done something if I wanted to while I was here because it's only really when I'm on poker trips.
Oh, okay.
So like this one wasn't really a poker trip. So if I would have met a girl, whatever,
to be a player, basically, is what you're telling me. You're not going to settle down with anybody.
No, it's not like that. In terms of like doing anything or going out, this is the kind of trip that I could have. But if I'm like, for example, when I go to Hammond, I'm not going out at all.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense. It makes total sense.
On my day off, I'm playing one bullet to the main. On the day off, I'm going to go check out Chicago City. I've never been there. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun things to do around there.
I'm just going to Google, like, I guess, the best things to do in Chicago. I have no idea. You go to a brand new city that big, what do you do? Other than just not die.
Yeah, right, yeah. Corey bets.
Matt's letting it go. Yeah. And that hand right there, as Corey was reaching for chips, Matt was folding.
Yeah,
like as he was reaching. If anybody is even picking up on that, if they can pick up that in the slightest, you can find out a little bit. Like just simply reach for your chips. Oh, okay, is he gonna go muck? And because they've been playing for so long, they get a little more lax when they get three-handed. It's not really about because they're already guaranteed a certain amount of money and they kind of like don't play as good. It's not about that. It's just the fact they've been playing a while, and now three-handed, you're seeing so many hands, so it's easy to kind of slip up and make a mistake.
Right.
And even something subtle like that, where you're reaching for your cards to fold before they even put any chips in, it's a mistake. Yeah. Look at him. He just gives him that face like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Please let me.
Come on, man.
Please don't raise. Earlier, whenever it was, well, even still, I guess, but that's my favorite spot where Matt's sitting, is whenever you're on one end of the table and your opponents are on the other, and it's like you versus them. I love it.
That's an all-in. All in, and an insta-fold.
See, now, as far as being short-handed and playing the the whole dynamic, he limped that hand, and Steve shoved and folded. So now, say next time, if he limps, if he thinks that he's a tricky player at all, I would be more apt to maybe not shove again, because you just showed that you're going to shove if he limps, so he could be setting you up thinking you're going to be shoving again. Steve hasn't been getting out of line that much, so I don't think that's the case. But if I'm Corey, I'm raising so often here because of that, because of how tight Steve has been playing. There's no need for him to just be limping and then folding there. You should either be raising and taking it down, or just folding and not giving him any more chips. And I'd be taking the former. I'd be raising almost every time. Because he's simply just not going to have a hand enough. And you have the chips to be able to do it. You're risking 210,000, 215,000, whatever you want to raise, a little bit more than min.
Flop is ace-5-4, 2 clubs.
And he's leading out. Probably like a 5-6 kind of a hand. He just completed the small blind. There was no raises. What are you leading out with? He could have like a gutter, 7-8 kind of a hand as well, but I'm leaning more towards some sort of middle pair. Matt's floating.
Yeah, Matt's on a stone cold float here.
Matt's floating, yeah. Matt doesn't have an ace. He would have raised him for being the other short stack.
Here comes the float. That's not going to help him.
Steve could have limped with an ace stuff from the small blind.
Sure.
I feel like he could do that, considering he doesn't want to necessarily put all his chips at risk, but he can kind of play a little medium ace tricky. I don't necessarily think it right here, but I think he would be the most likely person to have an ace in his hand. And Matt, I just feel like he's floating. It's kind of hard to represent anything out here. If he didn't raise pre-flop,
I know,
right, you'd be more than likely checking back any pair because you have showdown value. So I don't know what Matt's representing right here.
And that's a fold.
But it worked. But really, he's not representing much right there on that board, in my opinion.
All right, well, let me shake your hand.
Alrighty,
That was
yeah, man.
fun.
Absolutely.
And this worked out great. Give us your information one more time for Twitter for the folks at home.
Yeah, my Twitter handle is @WildWalland, or you can just look me up by Corey Binks. You can look me up, and my Twitch is Corey Binks as well. If you want to follow me also at my ThinkBink Twitter handle too, that's going to be doing updates of any new apparel and stuff that I come out and having new patches made that I'll be able to send to anybody. If anybody wants a patch, just make sure you hit me up on Twitter. Same for you. I'm going to get you one.
I'll send you my info.
And yeah, as soon as they come in, I got you guys.
Absolutely.
All right, and that's at iThinkBink, actually, for that one.
Okay, a lot of information. That's Corey. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Soon.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back after this 10-minute break. Don't go too far. Three-handed poker at its best. We're right back after these messages. This is the HPT. Hey, hey. Wow, it's an all-in. Hey, we're back. Thank you, Zach. Ace Queen against Queen 10, Mikey.
Yeah, I see that.
We got Mike from the property. Look at the flop. Ace, King, Queen.
Looking for a jack now.
Corey flops 2 pair. So yeah, looking for a jack for a straight.
Yep.
As you can see, Corey's got aces and queens. Flops 2 pairs. Let's go to the turn card. Boy, if a jack comes off here, this is going to be an absolute miracle, Mikey.
Yeah. See if he can pull off the miracle.
Ace Queen up against the Queen 10. So it's really just drawing to a jack.
Yeah, 4 out.
Drawing to a jack.
There it is. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I don't believe this. Mike, I do not believe this.
Man. He survives again.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
All right, James Larson joined by Mike. Mike, what's your last name?
Bozeman.
Mike Bozeman from the property here. Mike's a player himself, but also Flores here.
Wow.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
This guy was the short stack. This is his 5th double up, I believe. 5th double up.
He started the hand, it looks like 1.6 million, about 13. Yep, 1.630.
Oh my gosh, the jack on the river.
Yep.
How did it happen, man?
That's going to put him a million chips ahead of Matt for 2nd place, so that's going to put him in good chip position.
Wow.
And it's going to knock Corey down to about a little over 6 million.
Steve has just hung around.
Yep.
A huge double up. Can you imagine if he can win this tournament?
Yeah.
Look at Corey. Corey flops 2 pair.
Jeez.
That's just a cooler, man.
You got him dominated, and then you flop 2 pair, and then he has to hit the gut shot jack for the straight.
I've never seen anybody. He's doubled up 5 times. I want to say 2 times was on the river.
From behind, yeah.
Unbelievable.
All right.
Wow, Mike Bozeman, James Larson, Daytona Beach, Florida. 3 players remain.
Yep. Blinds are 60,000, 120,000, 10K ante.
And we've had some delays today, folks, and I'm going to apologize. I'm talking to Corey here in the back. Anyway, we've had a lot of technical difficulties. It's 10 o'clock at night here on the East Coast. Players are starting to get a little tired. Everybody's been super cool about all this, but we've had to stop play several times.
That's going to give Steve about 28 big blinds to work with, so he's going to be comfortable for a little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
And Matt's sitting on around 19 big blinds.
Only card that will help him there is the one of the remaining jacks. And he hits it. He crushes it. Unbelievable. So we got a little bit of a delay here. So, Mike, I don't think we're going home anytime early here. Good night, though. The Cubs won, and we're seeing some great poker.
Yes. Very happy about the Cubs win.
Do you think they can win this series? Is it possible?
I honestly do. I mean, Game 3 is in Wrigley Field. Or Game 4, I'm sorry. So if we win that one, and then we're going to be up 2-.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
It'll be Game 3. It's 1-1, 2-1 now.
No, actually, yeah, we're up 2-1.
We are up 2-1.
We can close it out. What am I talking about? We can close it out.
It's the best of 5 series, right? Yeah, I forgot about that. It's the best of 5 series.
We got to close it out at Wrigley because if we go back to St. Louis for Game 5, that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, real tough. Boy, the Cubs are about to be in the National League Division Championship. Unbelievable.
Yep. It's been a long time.
It has been a long time.
Yep. Yep.
All right, folks, just a reminder, you can check out the webpage at hptpoker.com. We'd love to have you at an event. I know a lot of people watch this live stream or they watch the show. I get a lot of personal emails from players, and they say, hey, man, I was watching that, and, you know, I can play better than these guys. And sometimes you feel that way. It's definitely harder than it looks, but if you're watching this and you want to come play and you've never played an HPT event, the event is open to any player, man or woman. You don't have to qualify. You can either buy in, direct buy, or play one of our qualifiers. We crisscross the country. We got a couple of big events coming up, Vicksburg, Mississippi, and then after that, St. Charles, Missouri. That's right outside of St. Louis.
I'll say we have more.
Yeah, we're having some more technical difficulties, unfortunately.
All right, so the updated chip count should be Corey 6.2 million, Steve 3.3, Matt 2.3.
What does Steve have?
3.3 after that double up.
And who's the chip leader?
Corey was 6.2 million.
Okay. Wow, Corey had that many chips going into it.
Yeah, 7.86, and then just lost the 1.6 to Steve on that.
Wow, it's really anybody's game now.
Yep.
3.2.
Yep.
All right, folks. Well, we're going to step aside, take a quick break. As soon as we get this back going, we'll be right back. So you are watching the HPT. All right, welcome back, HPT Poker. James Larson, Mike Bozeman from the property here.
Another limp from the small blind there from Corey.
So if you're just joining us, Steve, coming out of nowhere, flops King Queen 4 with his fifth double up of the night. He needs to leave here. He needs to go to a gas station after he probably wins this thing. He needs to buy a lottery ticket, just one ticket, and he'll probably be the winner of said lottery ticket. So Corey, a little deflated. The sale's a bit deflated. And now a fold, so Corey's going to win the hand.
I still think he should be opening the pot there from the small blind. I don't like just calling in a small blind.
We've seen it all tonight here on the HPT.
All right, 10,000, 60,000, 120,000, about 54 minutes.
Just over $54,000 the next guy out.
Yeah. You know, when you think about it, you know, it's easy to look, but when you 54,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
He's going to raise. 275,000. 275 is raised by Steve. Action's over to Matt in the big blind. Matt's going to fold. And Steve's going to take down the pot.
Hey, there's Marcus, one of our camera operators from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. You know, it gets to be a long day. These guys, they got to have some fun, otherwise they'll go nuts.
He's going to be first back. He folds. Over to Matt in the 2-6.
Yeah, there's just a call from a small line from Matt.
All right, so action continues. So much money on the line, ladies and gentlemen. Up top, 130, just under 132,000.
355.
It's a raise now by Corey.
Corey raised to 355,000 and Matt folded.
And a fold. So who do you think's going to take it down, Mike? If you had to make a three-handed prediction here, who do you like?
Well, from what I've seen, I mean, Corey has been leading the whole way, so he's going to be tough to beat. I see Corey possibly getting heads up with Steve. He just seems to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I predicted Steve. I thought Steve was going to take this thing down when we were when he was a short stack. I had a feeling about this guy, and he's playing great poker, and he's playing well. And he's reacting well, and let's be honest, he's running well, okay?
Yeah.
So those three things, so important in the game of poker.
Yep.
You know what I haven't seen is, I haven't seen a whole lot of blow-ups, and I haven't seen a whole lot of tilting. I mean, even Corey right now, on the inside, you know he's just burning up. He had a chance to eliminate a person. He's playing heads up. This thing might even be over right now.
And Steve's going to make the call.
5 double-ups for Steve.
All right, give me heads up.
Yeah, if I had to make a prediction, I think I'd have to go Steve, Corey, heads up for the title.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of who plays the best heads up. And
right, especially if Steve ends up knocking out Matt in third place, then the chip counts are going to be very even. So there won't be any advantage for Corey there with the chip count heads up. So it could be either one of them.
And I still think we're probably going to be here till midnight.
Yeah, it's looking like it.
It sure is. I mean, we were four-handed for an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe. And we've been three-handed for a long time.
Someone get the coffee started. Get the coffee going.
Indeed. It's been really enjoyable, though. Nothing. It's been fun to watch.
235,000, 235 is the bet by Matt. Action's back to Steve.
All right, this is going to be a key pot for both guys.
And Steve's going to make the call. 235 and a call.
If Matt can win this pot, he can put himself right there with right even with Steve again.
First card is the 8 of diamonds. Steve is first back. Checks over to Matt.
I think it's pretty likely that Matt has it. No? Okay, I was going to say, I thought he'd have a jack here.
Jack 8 is shown by Steve for 2 pair. Jacks and 10, and Steve's going to win the pot.
Steve's going to win the pot.
Well, he's saying
3 pair. Steve always looks like he's maybe a little angry, but he's not. He's a likable guy. He's just got his game face on, I think.
Yeah. All right, that's going to put Matt down to probably about 14 big blinds, so he's going to be looking to maybe find something here and go with it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. And what did Jeremy say? There's 20 minutes left in this level, so the blinds will continue to obviously go up.
Yeah.
And I think Matt's starting to realize that now. He doesn't want to get dwindled down to nothing, so I wouldn't say any ace here, but you know, he's looking to get those chips in the middle.
It's going to cost him $200,000 for each round of 3 cards, so
yeah.
And he's only got about 1.9 million.
I love watching three-handed poker. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, they gave him a walk there. I'm surprised.
Yeah, very surprising. So, Mike, do you see some pretty big games here at the card room? What's the biggest game you have? Is it a weekly game?
When we first opened, we had some big 25-50 no limit games.
Wow.
That were pretty crazy. We haven't seen that in a while, but we have a group of guys that comes in on Monday night, and they like to play at least a 5-10 or higher game, 10-25, and then they go nuts. They'll have 1 or 2 players maybe lose 20-30 grand. And
really?
It's just common for that game every week. Yeah.
Wow. And how late do they play? They play all night?
They come in around 6, 7 o'clock, and they play till we close about 3 or 4. So they're
no
here.
kidding.
Yeah. Yep, and they're pretty much here every Monday night, and so it's usually the same lineup. And there's a couple guys that if those guys are in the lineup, it's going to be a juicy game, and there's going to be some money changing hands.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. It's fun to watch. Yeah.
And you guys are 24/7 on the weekends.
Yeah, and then 10 a.m. to 4 a.m. during the week, Sunday through Thursday.
Right down here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Had pretty decent weather this whole weekend for us. The rain, I think, rain stopped, and it's been pretty pleasant down here. All right, raised now to 310. Corey.
Yeah, he's folding here, but a little bit bigger raise than they normally would do at this level, but it works. This hand here, Corey's got the button, and then Matt's in the big blind, so this could be something where if he does open the button, which he should 90% of the time or more, if Matt wakes up with a hand, maybe could be some fireworks.
Haven't seen a whole lot of fireworks tonight. It's been a lot of small ball poker. We're playing now about 9 hours. We had an hour dinner break in there. With all our breaks, we're probably 7 hours of actual poker. So 7 hours, and we still have 3 players left.
250.
And then Matt folds.
Yeah.
Or he's going to win the hand. So, once again, hanging out here in Daytona Beach at the Daytona Beach Kennel Club and Poker Room. Check us out online at hptpoker.com. And if you got a question for me, I know it's getting kind of late. Well, we're East Coast time. It's only 10:30 out here. We'll be up for a while, so if there's something you want to tweet, you can do that at hptjames, Jaymz. Are you on Twitter, Mike?
No, I'd never joined the Twitter.
I've never gotten the Twitter.
Yeah, never got into it.
Your son's on Twitter, though.
He is.
Raises his hand. He's in the back here.
I actually just got into Snapchat. I'm very late.
No, yeah.
Twitter, no. I gotta get. Maybe he can set me up with one later.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Matt is acting really fast in his hands right now.
He really is. Yeah.
I mean, I wish he would just take a little bit of time like he was earlier at the final table.
Yes.
Gain a little more. Looks like he's defending the big blind here.
2 8s and a deuce, couple of spades.
Yeah, pretty easy standard continuation, but no, just check.
No.
Oh.
What if these guys are getting a little tired? Queen of diamonds now in the turn. No time to get tired though, Mike. We're playing for a lot of money, a lot of cash on the line. A lot of cash. 131,720 for first, second place. 81,326. Third is 54,122. So a huge pay jumps here now. I mean, this is a three-handed match that means a lot.
All right, so Corey decided he's gonna take a stab at it. He's just gonna check that pot on the flop, and
Steve's
might as well
gonna
take it.
Corey's going to take down the pot.
In the break, I saw the players backstage, Steve and Corey being very cordial, talking, telling stories. I walked up to him and I says, "Hey, come on, you guys can't be getting along like this. You're supposed to be mad at each other. This is a grudge match." He said, "Nah, this is all good. We're having fun." So we've seen good sportsmanship from the minute we started, and that's refreshing to see at the poker table.
Absolutely.
Truly is, and we saw it from the minute we started, and it's been great.
Good. All right, so Matt. Okay, he's not acting really fast here, so he.
Maybe he's got a hand.
Yep, there he goes. Okay.
And that's an all-in.
He re-raised all in. Yep.
Okay, that's a re-raise all-in.
So if we get a
So Steve's going to get out of the way. We flip over the cards, and this could be it. We could be heads up after this hand.
Corey has shown ace of clubs, jack of diamonds.
So it's ace-jack.
Ace-jack against ace-queen, maybe. I think Matt may have ace-queen.
All right, Corey is currently in the lead with the ace of clubs, jack of
Oh,
diamonds.
No, dominated. Ace-jack and ace-3. Okay, well, 5 cards to go, though, Mikey.
All right.
And the flop is king-8 deuce. Good flop.
Yeah,
For
backdoor diamonds
Corey.
would do it. If he doesn't hit a 3, he's got backdoor diamonds. He's got the ace of diamonds.
2 streets away from being heads-up poker here in Daytona Beach. Turn card
look
is
at
the
that.
5. Look at this.
Yeah.
The dream.
Yeah.
The dream. It's a diamond and it's a 5.
Yeah.
So we got a gutter wheel, the diamonds, all the 3s, right?
And a 4 for the wheel.
Yeah,
A 4,
yeah.
a 3, a diamond. Yeah.
A 4, a 3, a diamond.
Yep.
Wow. I know if this was Steve's hand, he'd definitely hit it. He would have already hit it. I think it's going to be the 9 of spades. That's just my prediction.
Oh, well, you're way off.
Yeah, I know, right.
All right.
And that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Matt, talk to him off the camera, too, in the break. Heck of a guy. He's got to be very happy the way he played. $54,122. And, Mike, we are officially heads up.
Yes.
We're going to pause the clock, as we always do. And the real story, before we go to our break, the real story here, talk about Steve. This guy was out the door. He should be at home watching the Monday Night Football game. Instead, he's heads up for the title.
Yeah, he's not giving up. There's no give up in him, and he's going to go in with a little bit of a chip disadvantage. Looks like about $8 million to $3 million, but
Hey, it's Steve, though, man.
right.
AlligatorBlood.com.
Right.
So that is going to do it for right now. We're going to take probably an 8-minute break, and this is a break we always take. This isn't one of those unscheduled breaks. We got to set up for heads-up poker, but when we come back, it's going to be exciting. Maybe one hand, it may be 100 hands. I'm going to take middle of the road, about 50 to 60, I think, is what it's going to take. But don't go too far. We're going to award our newest HPT title in just under 132,000. You're watching the HPT. Woo-wee! Needed that one if I want to get to the bar.
We're good, baby. I'm ready to close it. Hopefully. Huh? Oh man, he's a solid player, man. Really solid. No, for sure. I mean, bro, he's patient all day and he's still around, man. He's gonna be tough heads up too. Like, it's not gonna be easy. He's gonna be a grind. I have a lot of chips.
Should have had him out that one time.
He was.
Well, they're telling me Steven is 70 this big blind. I was a big blind.
I shot small blind. I shot small blind, yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah, he was button, right.
you think after? The 17 Steve was the big blind last time.
Oh, here? Oh, I thought it was on 4.
So that's the only time the button will ever go
From
backwards.
T? Yeah. Make my mom proud, man. Yeah, well, she bought me these teeth. Least I could do.
Hey guys. Check. You guys took Mark 1 on. Check. Tatiana, did you already do what you needed to do? Check. Microphone's off.
You start with 3.2, right?
Check no microphone. No handrail. Check.
3265. Okay, thanks.
Something's coming out of the speaker. I'm guessing it was set up for Tatiana. Cool. Did you guys adjust
Right.
it when she was doing her...
Chop it up?
Yeah, please. No, it just has no... Yep, it's got no power. Check. No power. Yeah, did you guys move the camera over here? Hey, Chris, can you plug that in, please, right there? Is that plugged into the three-way?
Hey, Brent. Send that to me. Send that to me. Send that to me.
Check.
Check. 1, 2, check.
Yeah, that's good. We plug it back in.
All right, check. All right, it's 10,000 Annie's, 60,000, 120,000. Down to our final two players. Let's give them both a round of applause here. Heads up action. Down to our final two. All right, guys, good luck. 10,000 Annie's, 60,000, 120,000. Go ahead and deal. Our chip counts, Corey has 8,405,000. Steve has 3,265,000. Heads up play. Small blind is on.
This is, Jack Howard. All right, yeah. All right, James Larson and Mikey B from the Proper Tee back here, Daytona Beach, Florida. Daytona Beach Kennel Club, Poker Room, Heads Up Poker. Steve makes it to Heads Up. Who would have ever thunk?
Steve is a warrior. He's battling. Short stack, or ninja. Is that what you
Yeah,
guys were calling
ninja
him?
is what Corey was calling him.
Yeah.
It's Heads Up Poker. I love watching Heads Up Poker. So King 7-6. I think this might end quickly. I don't know why, because we've had a long night, Mikey. I think it could end quickly. I really do.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think we see 30 minutes, I think.
30 minutes, I think, is a good over-under. So we're going to have you on for the next 10, and then we're going to wrap up the show with Dom Nero. So
Sounds good.
10 more minutes with you, and then we'll bring in my life coach and mentor and all-around big Cub fan, Dominic Nero. River card, Jack of Diamonds. So, Mike, this is kind of the time, heads up, feel your opponent out, get to know him. We're friends, but we're not going to do anything crazy right away.
Yeah, this first pot looks like neither one of them has much interest in it. I don't think either one of them has much of anything.
Shades. He wasn't wearing shades before. Nobody wore shades.
And the hood is down and the shades are on.
So it's like the ninja is coming out of the ninja suit at this point.
Mancor's going to make the call. Steve shows Jack 8 for a pair of jacks.
Looks like Jack 8 for Steve, and Steve's going to pick up the first hand here, heads up. Unbelievable. Just an unbelievable comeback here by Steve. A double up, not once, not twice, 5 times. Twice he hit the river. I went in and talked to him before we started Heads Up, and he says, James, these guys are better than me. Which I don't know if he told me. He said it loud enough so they could hear. He goes, these guys are better than me. I'm just getting lucky. But he's playing well, too. And he picked his spots.
You don't see much, you don't see many poker players humble like that would admit that and say that. But he's only he's a 2-to-1 chip disadvantage, so one decent-sized pot, they can be even in chips.
I'd like to give a shout-out to my good buddy Steve Fox, watching at home with his cats. He's got six or seven cats back there in Michigan. Foxy, he's enjoying the broadcast today. He final tabled our event on the cruise a couple, 2 or 3 years ago. I keep telling him he's got to final table again because he's starting to lose his relevancy. No, I'm giving you a hard time, Steve, but thanks for clicking on over there in Michigan.
All right, so we have a raise here and then a re-raise. It looks like we might have it just 600,000 each in the pot. So 1.2 million in the pot right here.
Well, big pot of brewing. Let's see if we can get some action cards now here on the flop to continue this.
All right, let's see the flop.
Well, that could do it. Queen, Jack, 7, 2 hearts, little coordination, and the hearts. Heads Up Poker's such a different animal, man. It's really, I don't have enough Heads Up experience. That's my problem. I was talking about that with you guys. And the only way to get experience is to make final tables. Look at this, the ace of spades. This could be big.
Yeah.
Spade draw, heart draw, straight draw, ace out there. We saw a 2-bet, a 3-bet, a 4-bet.
Well, that's 2 quick checks by Steve there. If I'm Corey, I'm just throwing a bet in here. If he check raises me, then I'm going to give it to him. But he just looks like the checks were so fast on both flop and turn. So Corey is betting.
395.
That's a pretty small bet for the pot, about a third.
395, that comes back to Steve.
Are we going to get them all in here, you think?
Well, now it's looking like he is interested in the hand. I mean, it is a small bet, but just a call.
Interesting. Just a call.
395 and a call.
So that's 2 million chips in the pot now.
Wow, big pot. River card, the 9 of diamonds.
Yeah.
So
Probably didn't change much.
Probably didn't change
Another
anything.
quick check. He said he has a queen, I think.
And Steve's going to show, Corey checks the river, Steve shows ace-8 for a pair of aces.
Steve had an ace. Ace-8. He's going to win the pot. Wow.
So he was out flopped. Corey did have the queen on the
out-flopped.
flop. Did Corey bet that flop?
I don't remember.
No, I don't think he did.
So big hand there for Steve. Steve takes it down. It's James Larson and Mike here from the property. It's 10:52 here on the East Coast, so we've been playing poker now for a good 8 hours. 7.5. Well, we've had about 3 hours in breaks. Dom's back there counting with his fingers, but we keep taking these technical breaks all the time.
Yeah, I think if Corey bets that flop there, he's going to take that pot down. Ace-8 is probably going to get out of the way there.
And Steve's going to raise.
Steve raises now.
250,000.
$250,000, raising it up.
I think we're going to get a re-raise here.
It's looking that way, Mikey.
The chip stacks, by the way, after that last pot are 7 million to 5 million.
Wow.
So Steve's right there.
Unbelievable.
Oh, okay.
Rick's going to pick it up. Everything going Rick's way. Rick? Oh, I'm sorry.
Corey.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I was looking off camera there.
Rick,
Dama, you need to come in. You need to come in for me. Was there even a Rick at the table? All right. My name is Bill Anderson, joined with Mike. James took a little break. He'll be back here in a minute. Sorry, you know what? I was looking down at the football score. My bad. I'm looking I'm sweating the San Diego
Fantasy
Steelers.
football?
There's no fantasy in my football watching. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, they're giving away Ricky Martin tickets here at the property. All right, we're going to do 2 more hands, and we're going to get Dom in here to wrap things up. And if it goes long, then we'll have you come in and do it after Dom. But I want to give Dom one more opportunity to stop in here. And
4 since we predicted 10.
yeah, we predicted.
I think it's hand 4. Personal. Yeah, there should be 4.
Makes it easier for me too.
Let's see the flop. Flop is king of hearts 3.
Flop, king 5 tray, 2 clubs.
See the first act. Check. Over to Corey. Corey's gonna bet.
130.
130,000.
Bet is 130,000 chips.
And Steve's gonna fold. Corey's
And
gonna
Steve
take that
folds.
flop.
Corey wins that hand. 131,720 for first, 81,326 for second place. So just a little heads-up match here for like $52,000 roughly. It's a lot on the line here, ladies and gentlemen. Our prize pool this week, 575,720. 389, not players, but entries. That's a lot of entries, the most we've ever done here in Daytona Beach.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was a good week.
Alright, Steve's gonna be first act here on the button. 6120 on the button.
A lot of good solid players too.
Yeah.
Especially a lot of the Florida talent showed up.
Saw a lot of big names here this week. A lot of big names.
Yes.
And in some ways here on the HPT, we create some big names too. You know, some players that we brought into the mainstream. This show is broadcast all over the country and other parts of the world, and got a distribution of over 100 million. And now I have a raise by Corey.
Actions back to Steve.
Nope, he's going to fold. It's not the hand we're going to see the fireworks on.
Nope.
Had a lot of people on the stream. We want to thank you, and your comments on the right-hand side of the screen are kind of fun too. We've, I'm not going to read them all here, but people have been very interested and very interesting comments. It's always fun to. I like to keep it interactive. Whether the comments are good, bad, or indifferent, bring it on. You know, we're an open book here. It's a little backstage fun. It's a live broadcast. Anything goes.
Corey's gonna raise.
Okay, this time Corey's going to raise it up.
240,000 is the total bet.
240,000 as you hear Jeremy Smith, our tournament director, HPT tournament director in the back.
And Steve's gonna make the call. 240,000 and the call. All right, let's take the flop. Flop is king of hearts.
King, 10, deuce, couple of spades.
Steve checks. Over to Corey.
Once again, this flop has the potential for
Corey's gonna bet.
something here.
And heads up, you just wait for that one big hand, you know. You wait for that one big hand that touches, that each player catches a bit of. All right, Mike, let's bring Dom in for a little bit, and if we got time, we'll get you back on. But,
All right,
you know,
thanks,
thanks for
James.
stopping by, man. And
All right, thank you.
having your kid here was a lot of fun, and I hope we're not here till 1 in the morning. I'll tell you that right now. So,
All right, thank you.
thanks a lot, my
All right.
friend. All right, coming back is Dom Nero, Dominic. They called him Little Dom back in the day in the streets of Chicago. They called him Dom Dom. His girlfriend called him Dum Dum. Hi, Dom. How are you?
Hey.
Hey, oh, it's the Chicago poker guy.
Hey, James, sorry, I just got back, but I was talking to the restaurant manager. What was this you walked off with the 2 10-cent hot dogs and you didn't pay for them?
Oh, did that get reported? Really?
Well, yeah, I mean.
You think I would have paid for them with the money I pocketed from the green money machine?
Actually, they were watching you since then, but
you
anyway,
haven't brought this up to gaming, have you, I hope?
Nah, you know what, I'll take care of it.
Okay, thanks, man.
Yeah. I'll split it with you.
Yeah. Remember last time I got in trouble for taking that ticket out of the machine, the pari-mutuel machine, remember?
Wait a minute, that was you?
I did make one bet while I was here. I got the trifecta. Corey says bet the 4-5, so I took the 3, the 4, and the 5. 2-4 came in. So.
It's amazing, Steve, is coming back. He's played pretty strong. I mean, Corey obviously still leading. Anything can happen here in the next, 2-3 hands.
In my eyes, Steve really gave himself like a $60,000 pay bump the way it stands right now if he were to go out in second. If he wins this thing, do the math, but he could have been eliminated in 7th. He could have been eliminated in 6th. These are $18,000 payout, $22,000. Instead, he's playing for the championship. It's crazy. Third prize, we gave that out, $54,000, sir. Third. Second is $81,326. All right, we go to the flop, Dom Nero. I'll let you call the flop.
Oh, we have queens and a 4. Rainbow.
Rainbow. Yeah, you're getting it down. You've done plenty of announcing over the years.
Well, early on, I got key guys like Mike that was here.
Yeah.
Mike can handle that. He's a sharp, great floor guy. Runs great, a lot of tournaments. Look at that. How do you like that?
Look at that.
The queen.
How do you like that?
The queen. You know what? This is going to be one of those. I'll buy the pot hands. Oh, Steve's going to make a bet.
And he's going to make a little wager, I think, there, Dom Nero.
Can he scare Corey off in that with those 3 queens?
450. 500.
500,000. Action back to Corey. 500,000 is our current bet.
$500,000 chips, Tom.
This is where you have to, figure out, does he have it? Well, you know what?
Corey's going to make the call.
He makes the call.
Okay. What do you do in this situation? You got a guy that just calls the bet.
500,000 and a call.
Who's holding the queen?
Right, yeah, who's holding the queen? Who's holding the ace? Who's holding the 4? Who's holding the 4? Who's holding the 5?
Pocket 5s.
Who's holding the pocket 6s? Well, they're not holding pocket 6s. You never know.
Well,
Heads up poker, man. Now a check. Very interesting.
He's hoping for a check and hoping, the ace.
I think you're right.
He's just hoping. There it is. See, the ace is going to win.
King high.
King high. Close.
King high.
3 queens with a king jack. And that's going to be good.
Hey. He made a call on a potential bluff, and it worked.
All right, Corey getting even closer to winning this title, Dom. So before we do crown the title and all that, anybody you want to thank from your staff? Because I know a lot of folks pitched in, and we worked really hard this week.
You know what? Got to thank, Dan Francotti, our president, for, he keeps saying, get HPT or get HPT or. He'll be retiring in December at the end of the year. Good luck to him. Our great staff. I got a great floor crew. My 4 people. Mike was one of them. Ryan, Dave, who's out there now. My shift managers, Brent, Juan, Richard. Amy is doing a great job.
Yeah.
Amy, Jeremy, and I go back to the days of the first HPT in Indiana. Jeremy does a great job for you guys. You couldn't have anybody better. Everyone, does a great job. My dealers are fantastic. So it's great, and hopefully next year, we'll be able to, top the 389.
And, maybe, talk about coming a couple times a year, but I want to continue to grow this event, and I think what we did here, we planted the seed. I mean, this was big. All these players are going to go tell their players how much fun they had, and, you've got the sun element down here. It's Daytona Beach, Florida.
Well, when people come down here in October, and it's 85 degrees out there, and then nighttime it's 70.
And that's a fold. Yeah, no, you're right. That's why I think it's important to schedule this thing, you know, when in the cold months.
Look at it. We came down to get the Blues Fest.
Yeah, Blues Fest, right, yeah.
You know, we were able to see a bunch of musicians the other day, the weather.
It's great. It was fantastic.
I'm sure you guys found some nice places to eat around here.
Yeah, we did. Last night we found, and you know, it's a very touristy area. Last night I went down to the Shores Resort and Spa down there, and we sat on the beach, had a couple of drinks. We had drinks with umbrellas in them, and got to watch the waves, and there was actually people on the beach.
You didn't take the umbrellas, because you know it's a crime to take the umbrella.
Is it really?
Yeah, them little umbrellas.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You got to return them.
Oh, I had no idea, Tommy. I learned a lot from you.
Well, you know what I mean? You got to be careful, you know. You know, it's funny because a girl in, I believe it was in one of the beaches, she was riding a turtle and got arrested.
What'd she get arrested for?
If you cannot ride turtles here. You can't. It's endangered. She got arrested. Someone was filming on the beach, and they sent it into the wildlife.
Oh, man.
Right? I mean, here, look at Mike shaking his head. He's like, that's right. You know?
All right, flop, jack, 10, tray. Couple of spades.
Couple of spades there.
I'm still waiting for just one of these big hands. One player to wake up with an ace in the hand, king in the hand.
Steve's going to be careful coming out with a bet against Corey when Corey beat him with the king high. This could check. Last hand could have changed a lot of, you know, thought process.
There's another spade now. That's a bet. 165 is the bet.
Yeah, we're going to get a call. Maria, just texted me.
She did. What'd she have to say?
Hi, Don. Just wanted to make sure to, you know, she was nice. She came for the NASCAR, and she donated a seat. You know, that was great.
Yeah, yeah. Great friend of ours, Maria Ho, who formerly was on the show, and wish her the best of luck in everything she does with her career. And a fold now by Corey. Steve's going to win the pot. Action continues. Tell her I said hi, would you please? Tell her I'm sitting with James. Tell her I said hi.
Over 23 minutes left at this level.
Once again, check out our webpage, www.hptpoker.com. Find an event that will work for you. And maybe you'll be playing for the life-changing cash. The crowd's still here, rooting on their favorite players. What do you bribe these guys with 10-cent hot dogs? Stick around, Dom, or what?
Yeah, you know what? That was a lot of hot dogs. You know, that's good. You know, we do that once in a while. Usually it's a 50 cents hot dog day, but today we rolled back the prices because of Columbus, because of the 100 years.
1,800 of them you went through. That's what Big Mike told me. Yeah, that's crazy.
Look at who says hi.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, Frank Hottie I saw he had 7. At one point he was eating 2 at a time. He had mustard on his nose.
Ooh.
Guess we're not coming back next year.
Mustard's last stand. Comes the flop.
All right, flop time.
How about that?
Ace, 8,
7, 8, ace. I say it differently, but we got 2 hearts.
You got 2 hearts. I always go from the top to the bottom. I just think it sounds better. Check over to Stevie. Both players checking now. Turn card 4 of clubs. Steve wasn't wearing the sunglasses before.
Corey bets the turn, and Steve is going to fold.
Corey bets. Steve folds. After this, we're going to Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Isn't that Ken Lambert's town?
Kenny is from there, yeah, or he's, you know, down in that general area. Ken Lambert is our new director of operations. So on Facebook, as you guys all know, you get your memories on Facebook, and it says 2 years ago, and mine comes up a Corona bottle here in downtown Daytona Beach, right? That's the Ferris wheel. So we were here 2 years ago.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that real well. I was down there in the That's a great picture.
I had to pick you up from jail that time, didn't
It was the time before that. You picked me up from jail. Stick around after the show. We will definitely be doing a little commentary post-game. We'll wrap it up, unless we're worried about getting last call, then we may not do that. Heads Up Poker here at its best, Daytona Beach Kennel Club, Poker Room. Those dogs are cute out there, Dom. The Greyhounds, great dogs.
You know, they're fantastic, you know, and, you know, the industry's been, they've been racing for years, and we got an ace, king, deuce, 2 clubs. Corey looks a little like, you know, hypnotized there. It's like, okay, you know, it's amazing. You know, you play this out long. So remember in the days, I mean, I'm sure you see it a lot of aggressive players. They just come out firing.
Yeah.
And, do you feel that a lot of the players, remember Kenny win over in Majestic?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, remember the days that,
yeah.
You know, they just used to just fire and play, and you know, now, you know, and like Mike said earlier, a lot of talent in Florida. Yeah. You know, when I first moved down here, people were ridiculing the players down here in Florida, saying they're just bad players. But you know what? I looked at last year's final table, last year's numbers, Florida.
Yeah.
There's a lot of poker in Florida. Of course they're going to be doing.
There's a lot of poker in Florida. There is a lot of poker in Florida. You're right, and I said it before too. Poker players are getting better across the board. It's not like it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Everybody's getting better. But Don, we got to get you and Mike and the gang out to an HPT event where you don't have to work. You know,
that's a lot of work.
Yeah, come on out and play.
Playing is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Trust me. They got video poker over there.
Yeah.
In Blackhawk, Colorado.
They sure do. They got big jackpots at the video poker machines. Alan Kessler hit $25,000 in a video poker machine over
He
there.
must have hit a royal on a 500 machine.
Nope, it was a
triple
10-handed, the 10 multi whatever, and he had it maxed out and hit a multiplier. That's what it was. It's yeah. He probably played that a multiplier game. Yeah, it can be expensive though too, because you got to max it out to get the multiplier. And you're playing 10 hands at $1 or whatever. I lost 25 grand playing that. So. Did you really? Not that much, but that can hurt you. Oh, sure it can. Those machines can hurt you. Yeah. You ever lost 800 at a 7-Eleven in Vegas? Yes. You know what? Going back to that trip we took from Chicago. Yeah. Hey, James, go ahead. I'll meet you at the hotel. I got to go get smokes. So I go to actually, I think it was one of them, OK, what was it? Yeah, I don't know what it was. It was a gas station. It was a gas station. Next thing you know, these guys are looking for me. Like 2 hours later, I'm stuck about 800. Well, you know what? I know smoking's expensive, but that was 800 at a 7-Eleven. I think it was an OK. One of them convenience store gas stations. And then you're having such a bad day. He's going up to his room. He's got stuff in his hand. He desperately has to go to the bathroom. He puts his key in the door, and the darn key doesn't work. You know what? Something happened, and they locked me out of my room because, you know, I don't know. I think my credit card didn't have sufficient funds. Or I forgot. Oh, something. And I had to like run down there. And you know, I mean, it all worked out. Yeah. Yeah, it did work out. Well, we got a call here. We're gonna see a flop. All right, we are. Those are the days. And I'm not even going to talk to you about the geisha girl. Oh yeah, I forgot. All right, the flop is King 9 trade, 2 hearts. Oh, Dom. It's real warm back in this club. You know it is, yes. Well, back here it is.
Corey's going to bet. 160, 160,000.
Manifold.
You know, I predicted this was going to be over in 10 hands, and since it's not, I'm going to turn this over to my
turn it over.
One of my great floor guys, Mikey B from the Property.
Now, are you going to go out and do the cash presentation? We're going to get you on camera?
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go walk out there, and I think I need to be out there. You know, so it was a pleasure.
Why don't you do one more hand with us?
Okay.
Last hand.
Let's predict the hand. I say there'll be a no call pre-flop.
Yeah, I do too. I think you're right.
60,000, 120,000 on the line. Steve's going to be first back. And Steve's going to call.
No call.
All right. Well, Dom,
you know what? If we go 10 more hands, give me a holler. I'll come back.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, buddy.
You just come back in 15 minutes.
I'll be walking around.
Yeah, we're gonna
I'm
get
gonna
Mike.
stick my face in the back there in the audience.
Yeah. Hey, we'll make fun of you back there.
Okay.
All right, my friend. Always a pleasure. And once again, on behalf of the HPT, I want to thank Delaware North and everybody here at the Daytona Beach Kennel Club and Poker Room. Give Francotti my best. Tell him we can have another hot dog. All right, Mike, you're back in.
I'm back. There were some good stories there. I don't know if I can top those.
It's pretty hard to top it.
Sounds like you guys had some good times.
We did, and that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg. Dom's a real good friend of mine.
Yeah. How many years do you guys go back?
Well, I've been on the road with the HPT 7, so at least 6, maybe 7. I think that first year I was on the road, I started in season 2. So what is it, season 10 now? It's a total of, I think, 8 years for me. Look at that, 2 5s and a 7. And our first year we were at Dom's property over there in East Chicago. And you know Dom well enough. First day I met him, we kind of fell in love with him. You know, he's just a fun guy to be around with. He means business, though. He works hard, as you know, working for him, you know.
Yep. Great guy.
So Corey's going to bet now. 285 and a quick little smile by Steve, and he folds his hand.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start to this heads-up match. Corey's getting to the position now where he can start using his chips as some leverage now and start to get more pressure.
Yeah, what's he got over there? You're the floor guy.
Let's see, 1, 2. Looks like just shy of 3 million, maybe 2.5, 3 million.
So about 12 to 3, 11.5 to 3.
Well,
no,
we have
I'm sorry,
11.7
with 12. My bad. Yeah. 12 minus 3. So
he should have about close to 9 million. Corey should have 8 to 9 million.
Steve makes the call. Option to Corey in the big blind.
Okay, so Steve makes the call. We have an option in the big.
Kind of like to see Corey raise here.
Yeah, me too.
Corey's going to check his option.
Going to check his option, though.
All right, let's get the flop. Flop is diamond 6 of hearts, 10 of hearts. Corey's going to
10, 9, 6, 2 hearts.
checks over to Steve.
131,000, Mike 720, 131, 720, second place 81,326. So we got a lot on the line here, man.
125.
Absolutely.
Steve's going to win the pot.
Steve wins this hand.
Yeah, I think Corey's got to be raising there. If he's
Yeah, I think you're right.
if he happens to get trapped and he's gonna throw out a re-raise there, then you can reconsider. But you can't be letting him get to see cheap flops right now.
Exactly. So we're backstage here, huddled up in a small little office, bringing you the broadcast. That's kind of what we end up doing with the live stream. We just go wherever we can. We've got to jump through the hoops to make sure everything's approved through gaming, and we don't have any hole cards back here, but we've got just private access to everybody in this room and the next room over. So it's been fun, though. It's been fun. You know, it's weird. I've been doing this since noon, and I'm not really tired yet. I could do another couple hours of this. We might have to.
Yeah, we might have to.
We might not have a choice there, Mikey.
Yep. All right, here's a re-raise.
Here we go. This might be a big one here, Mike. All in. And a call, ladies and gentlemen. We flip over the cards.
You got a pair of 9s?
This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. This could be the final hand of the night.
I haven't seen Corey's hand. I know Steve has a pair of 9s, I think.
Steve has pocket 9.
Pocket 9's my favorite hand. He might win with Joe Cata's favorite hand as well. Pocket 9.
Bill Helmut's favorite hand, too.
Yeah, pocket 9s. I love the 9s.
World Series.
Yeah, you're right. Good catch.
Oh, it's 10s against 9s.
10. Oh my
no.
gosh, what a cooler.
Oh.
10s versus 9s. Unbelievable. Heads up poker. 10s versus 9s. We go to the flop. 2 7s and a jack. 2 clubs.
A little bit of backdoor
Now,
potential with
we've
clubs.
seen Steve do this all night long. Can he do it one more time is the question.
Running cards here. Let's see the turn card.
Looking to catch a 9,
The Queen of
Well,
Hearts.
and that's
Gotta be
all
a
he can
9,
catch.
yeah.
It's got to be a 9. Nothing else will help him.
He's going to need to see one of the remaining 9s, or he's going to leave us in second place.
We've seen him do this before, Mike.
I don't know.
Watch this.
No.
4 of spades. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. 2 pairs, the winning hand. 10s and 7s. That is it. We've got a new champion, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Corey. And going out in second place, and not for nothing, and I truly mean that, for this payday. A nice payday, $80-some thousand for him. Unbelievable, though.
Great game by both players.
And what a comeback. What a comeback by Steve.
Steve and then Corey just pretty much leading the way the whole time and puts it away.
Wire to wire, pretty much.
Yeah.
Want to give a shout out to Paul and Nancy Larson watching in Worthington, Minnesota. Just hit me up on the Twitter. Thank you so much for listening. All right, so that is it. 2 pair. We do have a winner. Who would have thought it would end this way, Mike, as we wrap up the broadcast? 10s versus 9s, heads-up poker.
We actually had a feeling that it was probably going to have to take 2 big games like that, but pair over pair is just so unlucky. Heads up 10s versus 9s, so kind of feel bad for Steve there, but he definitely played his heart out and made a great finish there in second place, and Corey with the well-deserved win.
Yeah, I mean, he played great, and you know, I mean, really, we had great players at the table, great sportsmanship here at the final table, and we're giving away a whole lot of money. So here, in a matter of moments, we're going to send it down to Tatiana. She's going to interview our second place finisher, and then we will talk to our champion. Want to remind everybody one more time to check us out online, hptpoker.com. We got our Vicksburg event coming up. Most of the crew is leaving right from here, heading straight to Vicksburg, and then after a couple weeks, we'll go to St. Charles, Missouri. That's an Ameristar property as well. All the information at hptpoker.com. And I've done it all night, Mike, but I got to thank your staff, everybody at the Daytona Beach Kennel Club and Poker Room, and I honestly think this was a big step for us, getting to where we are in the prize pool. Maybe we get to 750 next time. Can we handle that many people?
We can handle it. We are ready for it.
All right, well, let's send it down to Tatiana.
Okay.
She's joined with our champion, and they're smiling, a whole lot of money, and the bracelet. We'll send it down to Tatiana for this interview. Guys?
It's been a long, exhausting day and evening, but we have a new champion. Corey, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
How are you feeling?
I feel great. It's finally great to win one of these things. It's been a while.
You have a bracelet, you have a title, and you have almost $132,000.
It could be worse, for sure.
What's the most important thing out of those 3?
It's always the money.
You're going to celebrate with your friends tonight?
I am. We're looking forward to getting drunk.
You came to the final table as a chip leader, and it kind of went up and down, and then
Absolutely.
you came out as a champion. Can you just lead me a little bit through the final table?
Oh yeah, I mean I came in with a good amount of chips. I think I started with a chip lead. I took a few knocks early and then just constantly built up. I got in a few good spots. I got aces four-handed versus ace-10, which was huge to get me to a chip lead. But other than that, you know, a big cooler heads up versus a really good player and got the win.
I mean, Steve was playing pretty well throughout the whole table.
Absolutely, yeah. He was short all day and he just picked the spots well and ran well and yeah, he was heads up and he got cooler heads up.
When you got heads up with him, were you at the final table thinking just not heads up with Steve?
Yeah, preferably it wouldn't have been Steve, but you know, I'm glad to be heads up in general in any tournament. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to let you celebrate with your friends.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
All right, great job, guys. Thank you, Tatiana. And wow, 130, just under 132,000. I don't know what that would feel like, Mike, because I've never won that much money.
I don't either. Hopefully soon I will, but yeah, I don't either. That's gotta be a great feeling. I'm sure tonight the bar tab's on him, and they're gonna have a blast. Maybe you have to find out where they're going.
Yeah, you know, we've been known to do that with some of the champions, and I think I'm gonna definitely try to do that. So it's time for us to sign off here. Had a great time, Mike. Thanks for joining us here in the booth, and look forward to seeing you. And happy Columbus Day to everybody out there as we wrap up our broadcast here from the Daytona Beach Kennel Club and Poker Room. For our producer, Zach Howard, and our director, Chris Ragus, I'm James Larson. This is the HPT.
Good night.
Steve, are we happy? Are we
Yeah, Mike. I feel fine. I mean, I came in last place in chips. I had under 20 big ones from like 35 people down to like 4. So, I mean, super happy. I ran really well. This kid, Matt, played amazing. Won like 2 all-ins against him. Won like 5 all-ins in a row. Beat ace-queen with like queen-10 on ace-queen-king. So, I mean, I was pretty lucky to get heads up.
Does it get frustrating at one point when you're short all the time and you just cannot double up, and even when you do, you still need more and more and more? Can it affect your play?
It doesn't really affect my play. I mean, since the United States took our online away, now we get to only play 1 table. So, like, what am I really going to do? I'm going to, like, go crazy and just pick a bad spot and then be out of the tournament. So, I mean, it's a pretty, just try to do my best. I only have 1 table until we work out this government thing.
What's the plan from now? Are we going to see you in Vicksburg?
No. It's interesting. I mean, like, I see a lot of really great players, and, like, they stop playing tournaments, and, like, they just start backing people, and, like, now I know why, because, like, to get deep in these things, you have to win so many all-ins. If you're not, like, a top-level player like some of these guys, and I'm not there yet. I have a lot of work to do, so hopefully I can get the work done, and next time maybe have a better result, but I'm super happy with this, and Corey played great, so, I mean, congratulations to him.
Well, and congratulations to you, too, on your result. Thank you very much.
Great, yeah. So congratulations to you on your marriage.
Oh, thank you. We're all celebrating here. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah! Woo!
Hey, I just want to say something before you get out of here, Steve, and I said this on the live broadcast. All 9 guys, but especially you two, I really saw a lot of sportsmanship, and give them a round of applause for that. A couple of class acts here. I even saw you apologize. You thought of an angle, shoot, or whatever. You guys just good people here at the poker table. It's refreshing. It's great to see that.
I actually can't count the chips correctly, so that's probably one of my biggest...
Well, I got a question for the property. Who has 50,000, who has 50K chips? Sorry. Anyway, that's all I have. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Let me know when you guys are drinking. We'll follow you over.